Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We have the dollar, the 10-year, precious metals, and the companies themselves to see what the heck's going on with gold and silver. Again, guys, I use this as trying to time my buys. I don't use it for short-term trading at all. And all I do is, well, I buy it and then I hold on so long that the market conditions are good. And the market conditions are good for an inflationary period where we're going to see rising inflation and, in my opinion, rising precious metals prices. If we dive in, I got the DXY behind me, kind of a long-term chart. This is the resistance line I'm looking at. We've broken to the upside. We're doing a retest move, and we are heading back down. We are stuck between this resistance line and support line. So we're going back and forth between these two lines here at the moment. Getting a little bit of strength today, not too much. Big picture view, I think that this is going to head lower. I can't see the top of this guy here, but if I were to approximate, somewhere there, we've got this line going through here. We could even come all the way back up to the $100 mark, index 100 plus, and then head lower. I'm not exactly sure the path it's going to take. I don't know if we're going to get up that high or not. This index is all relative to other currencies, and they're doing all sorts of stuff with printing money in other currencies and having very high inflation rates in other currencies. So it's difficult to approximate where this index will go, but all paper currencies will lose value, and I think hard assets will do very well in that environment. And we've got a little bit of an update today in the dollar index. Not too much to really say here. We've got the 10-year yield moving higher. This looks good. We had a little bloody nose yesterday. It moved higher today, and it's been moving on up for the 10-year yield. This is going to put pressure on stocks and bonds for people to sell out and buy precious metals and hard assets and commodities. Looking at gold itself, it was up $6.3 today. I've got my cool little drawing that I did, and then I've got the move higher. It's following it. So this pattern is basically done for. And now we have to see, is the buying pressure strong enough to close above 1850? We need to create a higher high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put where our goal line is. That's up here, and we got to close above that. That's what I'd like to see. That would also mean that we broke out of this pattern coming down, that we've broken the pattern and we've broken the downward movement into an upward movement. So we'd make our first higher high. That's an important line in the sand, is about 1850 per ounce. Silver, following suit, moving on higher. Zooming on in, we are breaking and closing above this breakout area, which is good. We've closed above it. Now the next line that I'd like to see break. Obviously we have some resistance through this area through here, right where it's at. But I'd really like to close above 2450. That would be a very nice move, and a substantial. It'd be a higher high, breaking this lower high and lower high movement. So that's what we got to break, guys. Let's get above 2450 and close above it. Platinum up $14. Way to go, Platty. I like platinum. It's my favorite metal of the group. I think it's the cheapest. We've got a nice, good bullish. It's not a bullish engulfing, but it's a hammer pattern. And we finished quite strong for the day today. We're right at that support line, or I should say resistance line. Let's see if we can break. We've got a good run here. This is good buying pressure all through here. The sellers haven't been really pushing it down. I think we're breaking to the upside here at any second. I'd like to see a big move to the upside for platinum to break and say sayonara to everybody else. XAU to gold ratio. This is the ratio signaling the gold silver miners are outperforming gold. We're right at this downtrend line. It finished quite strong. Let's break it and have the miners outperform. We should be looking at some of the mining companies, in my opinion. Something like a Karora Resources, which I've got a move going upward, and that has materialized. So we had a bullish engulfing pattern here. It came up, small sell-off, another bullish engulfing. This heads higher. Now, we've basically realized that move, and now what we're looking for, let's get this stuff out of here. We're looking to see if we can break the big boy trend. And we're at the big boy. We're right at the big boy breakout level here, guys. We break this, we move big. Now, it could break it and do a retest and then go. Hard to say the exact path, but this sure looks really good for a break to the upside. I really like how we have the big buying pressure here, the small leak off of sellers. Big buying pressure here, small leak off of sellers. This is looking fantastic for a move way higher. I like this pattern a lot. It looks really good. I think Karora Resources is going higher. Looking at Endeavor Silver, perhaps we have kind of on a little bit longer term, kind of a descending wedge, maybe. I mean, there's obviously a bunch of things that we can look at here. I think that silver's going higher irrespective of what this chart pattern looks like. It's just the path that it takes. So long-term, silver's going to go higher in my opinion. The way it's going to do it, I can't tell you in the very, very short term. The short term is the least reliable. We're getting a lot of really good buying pressure here, though. Recently, it finished strong today. We've got this kind of overall shoulder, head type shoulder with a neckline going through here. Does that mean that we're going to go all the way back down? Maybe. But we've got good buying pressure on the very short term for the past 3 days. It's finished strong today. We'll have to see what happens. SILJ is usually pretty similar to what EXK does. This is the Silver Junior ETF. I've got this thing going higher from this bullish engulf or bullish piercing pattern. The bullish piercing pattern is this pattern right here. This day is piercing the day before it. Usually that resolves itself to an upward move. It is doing the upward move. Now the buyers are going to have to keep this momentum going. We've got good support down here. We're using it. And it looks like we could potentially move higher. It finished strong today. We just got to see what the buyers and sellers can do. And again, guys, I am of the approach that we're in an expansionary phase of real estate, which is going to be inflationary, and this will go higher. They've always gone higher under inflationary periods. Commodities are cheap. I see gold, silver, and all these commodities going far, far higher. The path on the short term is the most difficult one to nail right. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the short term here. There's a bullish piercing. We're heading higher. It finished strong today. Everything looks good for GDX. We've got, on the big long-term perspective here, the pattern is right here, and we're coiling up for a move. I think we're going to break to the upside. We've got a nice good, let me throw this down here. Another pattern down here that is broken. You could almost draw it like this, actually. I'd say like that. We broke that, we came up, and now we're doing a flag pattern. It's just going to take some time. But we'll get the move. MMNGF is still in this big old pattern. We're back inside of it. Going to the daily candlesticks, we're finding a bottom here, so I think it's good to do a little sprinkling in for a long-term hold. Koya Resources, agreed. I think this is going higher. We went higher today, 3.53%. We're coming up on this resistance area right here. We just got to keep the momentum going. Hopefully gold and silver can keep that momentum going. Discovery Silver, up a little bit today. Yeah, we're still kind of way down here. Not too much to say to it. I mean, I own it, and I still hold on to it. AG, which is First Majestic Silver. This guy, we came back, and now we're pulling on higher. It looks good to continue higher. So long silver goes up. I mean, this is finishing strong. It looks good. Everything looks strong with First Majestic. Newmont Corporation, moving on higher, barely today, just a little bit. Mag Silver, basically sideways. It's still looking okay. We're right at this resistance area. Yamana Gold, AUY, good, strong breakout of this pattern. I've got the pattern. Well, I have to redraw this, guys. We can zoom out here on Yamana Gold. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put this up a little bit. Something like that. And we're real close to breaking out. We're right there trying to break out of it. It looks really good. A lot of good momentum, closed strong today. Everything looks quite solid. Impact Silver tried to run, but every time we try to run, we get a little bit of a sell-off here. I don't know what's going on. But we've got good support here, and then we got resistance right above it, right where it's at. Aftermath Silver, AAGFF. This is a company, I think it's in, is it in Peru, I think? I know some people don't like Peru. Up 6% today. It's down there a good ways. PLG, Platinum Group Metals, getting the black candlestick. It's a black candlestick on most other charts. They show it as red on this one. But it did break out. We're probably going to do a little retest, and then hopefully we can move on higher. It's in a falling wedge pattern, which usually resolves upward. Sandstorm Gold, I do like Sandstorm Gold. Ooh, breaking to the upside here. That's good. We're getting through a lot of resistance. We could see a big move in Sandstorm Gold here very soon. I would be a buyer down here. That's what I would be doing. Franco-Nevada, FNV, looking good to move higher. Finished strong, ended strong. Looks good. Looks good on the short term. EMX, getting a little bit of a down day today. Still, I think we're going to go higher eventually. Teuton Resources, TEUTF. That's the Golden Triangle company. That's a royalty company. Finishing strong today, 4.42%, $1.54, real cheap price. Hopefully we can get some momentum to the upside. Wheaton Precious Metals finishing upward today. We're still in this pattern. We've been in this pattern for a while. The lows are continuing to come up. So we've got a low here, a low here, a low here. They're coming up into this. I think it's going to break to the upside. It looks good. It's going to just take some time. Be patient. Hold on to these shares, guys. I'm holding on to my royalty companies. Good luck trying to get them from my hands. Here's Gold Royalty. We had a down day. I still think we're going to go higher. This is a bullish engulfing here. It's going to resolve itself higher. MTA, moving on up today, 1.71%. We're right in this pattern here of a falling wedge. Still looks okay. Mavericks Metals, MMX, up 1.91%. Another royalty company, smaller royalty. And we're bopping sideways. That's what we're doing with support right where I've got the line. Nice, good, strong close today, so that looks good. Royal Gold, RGLD, popping higher, looking good, breaking out of this downtrend. I think we're going to move higher here, guys. Royal Gold looks fantastic for a move higher. Royal Gold is our leader. Go Royal Gold. OR moving higher, 2.69%. Good buying pressure. Maybe this support's going to hold and we can reverse this trend and move on up. So Cisco Gold Royalty is looking good. I'd really like to see this thing break 13, a little over $13 and close above this and get way up here. But everything's looking good for the gold and silver companies. Sandstorm Gold looks really good, guys. Royal Gold looks really good. Those are the ones that I would be looking at. Karora Resources is another one. Those three look really strong. So that's where I would be looking if I was going to buy some or even add. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.